are going to be away from home and then coming home and wanting to have something you can put in the oven really quickly, or if you just have 40 minutes to an hour before you need to serve dinner. And this recipe is great because it includes carrots and celery and squash and potatoes, so in with the chicken, and so it's not necessary to have another vegetable on the side. But instead of having this with apples, I ended up having extra pie crust, and so I served it with a bonus berry pie, and that was really kind of special because we don't often have pie for dessert on a weeknight. So, but since you're making the pastry already as part of the process of making your regular dinner, it takes seconds. Well, maybe not seconds. It takes minutes to just throw a pie together, a simple pie together, not very fancy or decorated, but it still tastes really good. So anyway, this is a really good wintertime kind of one pot dinner that is satisfying. So I didn't ever really think that much about chicken pot pie. It wasn't something that my mother made very often, and it was something that was on the periphery. I was aware of it, but it wasn't something we really ate. So I did become more aware of it, though, when I had a roommate in college who really liked chicken pot pie, and she and her family had made it frequently, and she would make it from scratch as a dinner when we shared dinner making duties, and it was always really good. And so I thought, oh, well, yeah, this is pretty good. I could try doing that. However, it kind of faded in my memory. It wasn't at the top of my list of things that I was interested in making for dinner. And so later, though, I started reading a series of books called the Mitford Stories, and they detail the life of an Episcopalian priest in North Carolina. And I fell in love with this town and these characters. And one of the characters was a woman she was an older woman, who always brought chicken pot pies for a hostess gift whenever anyone invited her over for dinner. She would bring frozen, pre-made chicken pot pies. And so I started thinking about them again. And between that and also figuring out a good gluten-free crust recipe, which is essential for me, and finding something called plant cream, which is a whipping cream substitute that is plant-based and doesn't have the same lactose issues that many creams have. Anyway, all of those things together made it so that I decided it was time to try chicken pot pie again. And I got it, I made it, and I served it for my family, and I put a bunch of vegetables in it, and everybody ate them. They ate the vegetables, they enjoyed the filling and the crust, and it all together was really a very nice dinner. It doesn't take forever. I wouldn't call this a feast, but it does take some time, and so it's not good for a really busy night, but I can do it on a weeknight. One thing that's really kind of fun about this dinner is that you make a 2-crust pie pastry recipe, and then you have some extra. And because the 9 by 13 inch pie only requires about 2/3 of the dough, and so you could freeze it for later, or you can make a little extra bonus berry pie or whatever else you might want to put in it by rolling the extra dough out into a circle and putting some jam and sweetened berries in the center and folding the sides over. This is not a really beautiful pie, but it is a nice sweet treat that's a bonus on a weekday that everybody seems to enjoy, and it goes well with the chicken pot pie. So if you think that you might like to try this, I have my recipe at www.dinnerinrealtime.com at my blog on that website, and so go check it out, and you might find that you have a new family favorite that you can enjoy with your family on a not too busy weeknight. I hope you enjoy it. And here to finish off are some thoughts from Nancy D. and Dr. Lou.
right? No, I like. Oh, we'll do it in a second. I like to watch the snow. It's not snow. It's Foodland snow. Yeah, it's like in Foodland.